Well, happy Saturday. A cold one out there. Maybe you're getting used to it, but temperatures still running 20 to 25 degrees below normal. Definitely was a cold morning. We'll talk about some of those cold temperatures, but of course, the big story is, are we in for another round of snow come tomorrow? And the good news is, if you're not quite ready for all this snow, is the track keeps shifting south with this next system. So we do have winter weather advisories off to the southwest of us. That's where we're seeing the best potential for accumulating snow, southwestern Minnesota into the Dakotas. Winter storm warnings out in parts of South Dakota and Nebraska. And you see the Twin Cities not included in any of that stuff. So we're going to get some snow, it looks like, but very little and much lighter than when it had been looking like earlier in the week. So some good news. We're going to trade that in for some cold, though. Temperatures this morning, these were the lows, mid-20s in the metro, but outside of the metro, a lot of teens, both to our south and across southern Minnesota, places like Albert Lea even, and also to the west, where temperatures were also in the teens. Northern Minnesota, a little warmer under the clouds in the low 20s there, and we're still just in the upper 20s here midday today. We're going to maybe get near freezing for highs today and tomorrow. That's about it for us. And of course, we do have snow cover out there. Usual amounts of snow here for the northern states at this point in the season. But of course, two storms blanketing Minnesota with snow. For us, it was Tuesday. We melted much of that, and still you can see that swath almost perfectly here across central Minnesota, where they have the deeper snowpack, Fergus Falls, Brainerd over towards Duluth. Light snow already into South Dakota and Montana, kind of in blotches right now. The moisture and clouds are still filling in and developing, and even some flurries here off to the west in far western Minnesota. So we could see a few evening flurries, maybe a light snow shower drifting through, but most of that is going to stay off to the west. Some pretty dry air here moving in from the northeast. So that light snow kind of expanding, you can see in South Dakota through the day today. And it will start as some rain showers there into parts of Nebraska before turning back to snow tonight. And then light snow spreading into southwestern Minnesota come the late evening hours, 10, 11 o'clock. Maybe we'll get some light snow around midnight in the metro, some flurries. It's going to be very hard to come by here on that dry northeastern edge. Heaviest snow, though, you can see falling across Nebraska, and then some light snow in the morning. So that's our best chance of maybe seeing some brief light accumulations is probably the early morning hours tomorrow, right around sunrise, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. And then most of that snow drifts to the south and kind of fades away, and we're left with just maybe a few flurries. So that's going to really dampen any accumulations here in the Twin Cities. But off to the west, where they have the winter storm warnings out, we're talking 6 to 8 inches in parts of the Black Hills, also northern Nebraska, but then a little further to the west, or east rather, you can see here in southern Minnesota, we're talking about conditions that are going to be much lighter, maybe an inch or two in southwestern Minnesota, probably only about a half inch in the metro, maybe even less than that. It's all going to depend upon that dry northeast wind as far as how much snow we get. European model paints a little bit more in the southern part of the state, maybe some 2-inch amounts, but we're talking about just in those southwesternmost counties of the state. And again, half-inch tops. Usually what we see, though, with these systems is a very sharp cutoff on the northeast in that dry air, so it's very possible we see even less than a half-inch. But at this point, I'd plan on maybe a quarter to a half-inch of some light snow late tonight into early Sunday, and that's going to be about it. Cold, a few days, though, to get through. Teens, single digits even. These are lows Tuesday morning. Off to the west and into central Minnesota, we could have the first single digits there, teens in the metro. So coldest readings we've seen so far, but wanted to show you a little bit of hope on the edge of the forecast period here. Near 40 degrees come Wednesday. That's pretty good. But then watch what happens as we get into Saturday. 50s widespread across the state. So we are not done with the fall weather. In fact, all the models agree on giving us several 50-degree days once we get past Saturday. So we got to get through these next several cold days, but then some warmer temperatures ahead. Already near 40 by Wednesday, which will feel great, but that's still 10 to 15 degrees below normal. Could have a sprinkle late Wednesday, but really it's going to finally dry out. We're going to be in a much quieter pattern as well after tomorrow through this next upcoming week.